Okay, dear participants, can you hear us? And please, if you can, switch on your cameras so we can see you. And if you are here and you can hear us and see us, please, can you maybe write something in the chat? Yes, welcome everyone. I think maybe we can wait for 2 more minutes to see if other people are joining us. Yeah, in the meantime, maybe people who already joined, yeah, even if you can't right now switch on your camera, you can also write something in the chat, for example, where you're from, what you're doing right now, why you're interested in this event. Yes, thank you, Anastasia, for your message. Where are you right now? Yeah, okay. Yeah, great. Ajit. And which city you are right now in Italy? Which city? Okay, nice. Yeah. Never been to this region. Yeah. Hi, Timortal. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just your nickname. Okay, Tunde. Okay. I think, yeah, let's see if someone else will join maybe later. I think it's time for us to start. So today we are going to talk about how to boost your LinkedIn profile, and actually just general about LinkedIn a little bit more, because it's a very useful tool for everyone who is planning to study or live abroad. So here is just very brief about the rules of the webinar, but there are not so many people today. But please don't interrupt the speaker. So today it's me. And yeah, if you have a question, you can always, David also, we don't have mobile app, but you can always send your question in the chat or directly to me, and later I will reply. And we will have some time for the questions after my presentation. So you can maybe write them down and ask them later. Yeah, we can make notes, of course. And the webinar, it will last about 40-60 minutes. I think my presentation is around like 30-40 minutes. And if we have time, we will also analyze some profiles. So yeah, those of you who already have LinkedIn profile, we can also share later the links with me, and we will review them together. Yeah, here it's a bit about the study free. I don't know if you already joined us or not yet, but you can here see the main information about us, and you can see that it's actually more than 100,000 students who apply to universities with study free. We have actually many document samples on our platform, and a big community of international students from top universities. And we have, yeah, we organize many events every month. So maybe you can actually see what we do, and many events on countries if you're interested in a particular country. And actually this event, it's this part. Yeah, this event is a part of new career track in study free. So we also right now will focus more on events that are dedicated to career, and we will talk in the months to come more about how you can actually find a job or an internship when you move abroad, how you can maybe start sponsoring yourself and supporting yourself financially when you're studying. Because like in these countries, when you're abroad, sometimes there are different rules, how many hours per week you can work, and it's not that easy to find a job, because I don't know, I think some of you're still only planning to apply for university, or maybe you already live abroad. And I think those of you who already are there, you know that sometimes it can be quite hard to find something, even an internship, because I think every year the competition, it's higher and higher, and it gets more time and more energy, even like this whole application process, and it's very important to do it right. And that's why we actually decided to help our students and to support them in this new path, in this career track. So that's why we will also talk about career more often. And a little bit about me. My name is Anna, and I've been working study-free already for 1.5 years. And in the beginning, I was helping with the content. Then I became an account manager and helped students actually to get into universities, and helped to choose the country, the scholarship, prepare all the documents. Yeah, and now I'm also helping with community, and I really hope that I will see you more often, and you will see me more often, because I will be focusing on this new career track. And but it's not the only job I have. I actually work for UN, and right now I studied myself first in Moscow, in Lomonosov Moscow State University. Then I studied a little bit in Spain for a short program. I won a scholarship, and then I was accepted to university in France. And now, actually, because of my work, I live in Denmark, in Copenhagen. Yeah. And actually, what I'm doing at UN right now, I'm helping, supporting the team. It's called People and Performance Team. So I'm actually focusing on career development, and I'm also doing HR partly. So that's why I think I really have a lot to share with you even today, because I use LinkedIn almost every day. And I think maybe you can be surprised that some organizations, even like UN level, so international organizations, for example, they actually use LinkedIn very often to find people who are suitable for some positions, and they very often advertise their positions there. So I think it's very important to know this information, because I think it already demonstrates the importance of LinkedIn and why it's very useful to have an account there. Okay, so I think we can start. Yeah, that's how I actually called my presentation. It's LinkedIn and why it's important to have a profile there. And I know why I mentioned it here, because in Russia, I know that LinkedIn, it's not that popular. And first of all, because it was banned a few years ago, so it's not that easy to access it. But um, if it's very useful to have an account there. In Europe and in US, for example, it's this like social network. It's one of the biggest. Okay, next slide. Yeah. So here, just statistics and general information. Um, Lots of companies use LinkedIn, and they are trying to find people there. Okay. So your LinkedIn profile, there are some general tips I want to share with you today. And when you create your profile, so first of all, just try to add the information there about you, about your education, about your work experience, and be very detailed, because it's very important to mention everything you did, but at the same time pay attention to what you're adding. Because, for example, if you want to, you always have to keep in mind the position you're aiming to get. So, for example, if you want to work somewhere as HR specialist or communication specialist, or you want to get a job somewhere, for example, uh, even if you are like a project manager, something like this, it's very important to mention all your experience that is relevant for this position, or the experience that could be considered relevant, or, for example, demonstrates your interpersonal skills or your communication skills. It's very important. But, for example, if you you don't have to mention the experience that is not really relevant for the position you want to get. Yeah, so you have to add a lot, but at the same time a lot of relevant information. That's I think like the first and the most important thing to understand. And here it's also yeah, it's very nice if you actually add the picture to your profile, because it really shows that you're like a real person, and people actually react more often and connect, because in LinkedIn there is like an opportunity to connect with people. That's how you build and you grow your network. So it's very important to add your picture as well. And when you just register and you start, so in the beginning, I know that sometimes it's not easy to grow like this network, so you can just add all the people you know, think about places where you worked before. So you can just add all people from your like previous work experiences to your network. And then you will also see like mutual connections. And why LinkedIn is also like very, very useful, because, for example, when your connections, so people with whom you are connected on LinkedIn, when they like your posts, you can see that, for example, in your feed, it will be a notification and you can see other people. Yeah. So it's also nice because you can be noticed, yeah, by someone. Okay, so again, here, yeah, like first step, you should choose like the right profile picture. It's also like sometimes people think that it's like why it's that important, but it's actually, it is important because it's in LinkedIn, especially when you are a recruiter, for many positions, because it's very hard to actually assess and compare like 200 profiles, for example. So that's why for every profile or for every CV, and I'm saying this like from my internal perspective, you have around like 20-30 seconds. And, for example, if something is interesting for a recruiter in your profile, they usually spend more time on it. But in the beginning, it happens very fast. So that's why it's very important from the beginning to demonstrate that you can be the right candidate. So that's why, and always remember, because social networks right now, like, for example, if you compare like LinkedIn to, I don't know, like Instagram, LinkedIn, it is a social network as well, but at the same time, it's professional social network. So it's very important to remember that all the content you post there and all the pictures you add, or everything you like, it gives a certain impression. And it's important because people who want to hire you, for example, or see you as an interesting candidate, or maybe like a suitable candidate for a position, they will notice like small details. So, for example, like the picture, it's always better to add professional picture. Yeah, so like it's usually not like a selfie or something like this. Yeah, or especially like you never add a picture when you are with other people or in a group, because it's not very clear who is like the person, the owner of the profile. And it's nice. I think what I noticed, it's good, for example, if you add a picture from with a professional background. So for example, if you are like an engineer or a designer, or you work in like in a big like corporation organization somewhere, so it's always better to maybe make a picture with a logo, or in a place where you work currently, because it also kind of demonstrates and gives some information about you as a professional. So yeah, just keep this in mind. And here you can see, I don't know if you already have a profile on LinkedIn or you're just planning to create one. But here you can see that here you just have like a picture of you, and here you can also have this background. You can also change it, and it's also good actually, because you can add something that is again relevant for your current position or for the position you want to get. For example, like in my case, like most of people I know from UN who work here, they always add something like about sustainable development, or about um, yeah, something international peace, and because for them it's relevant and it already tells something about the person. Okay, and here you can see as well on this slide, like it's followers, it's like people who follow this person, connections, it's people who are connected. So if the person is your connection on LinkedIn, you can see all the updates and everything the person posts. Yeah, again, this one I already mentioned, is that you can add a background photo. Yeah, so here again, it's why it's a good example. Yeah, because for example here, when you see this, even now you can just think for yourself, you see this for the first time and you don't know this person, you see this woman for the first time, but when you just look at her like title, yeah, where she works, and you can see her picture here and her background picture, and you actually can already tell a lot about the person, that maybe like she participated in like in big conferences, she's a public speaker, so probably, yeah, most probably she has great like communication skills. So that's why it's important, yeah, because you actually don't even see the CV of this person or any other information, but you already have a certain idea about her. So that's why it's very important for you to choose a very relevant background and a good profile picture, because it will help, yeah, for recruiters and for people who will open your profile to already make a certain idea about you. All right, here it's about the headline, because here you can see that you have it's called like a headline, yeah, just like a job title, but it's also very important. Here in the headline, you can write a bit more about what you are doing. You can add where you work right now, and yeah, so it's also a very important tip, like if you want to use your LinkedIn in the most efficient way. Yeah, because this part, it's what people will see in the beginning. And here maybe yeah, I don't know if you like know what it is, or it's well not. It's means like second connection, when it's like it can be first, second, and third. First connection, it's like the person whom you are like following, with whom you are connected. Second, if you have mutual connections, and third, if not. Yeah, and it's also very common question, how to actually grow your network on LinkedIn, because of course there are many profiles, many people are looking for a job on LinkedIn, but at the same time, for a recruiter, it's also when you open a page and the person has like 0 connections or 0 followers, it will always look a little bit weird or strange. So it's very important to, like in the beginning, as I already mentioned, to start adding everyone you know, your previous like colleagues, and sometimes like your friends, and everyone you know, just to grow your network, to make this like first step. But then, here it says, so you can just even like synchronize it with like your email address book. And LinkedIn, it's also like other social networks, has this algorithm, so it suggests people for who can actually be someone you know, so you can just connect with them as well. And so the other thing is, when you already make this first step and you connect already with some people whom you know, it's always a good idea to start writing about something that is relevant again, or about your experience. And in LinkedIn, it's actually very easy to be noticed by other people, because I said that you also see when your connections, when they like someone else's posts, and it's always appears like in the feed. So if you write something, and it's always, of course, maybe you can write something that can be debatable, or you can ask in the end, put like a question mark, so you want to know more about other people's opinion, and then they start responding in the comments. So that's how it's like one way as well to grow your network, and it's a very good one. And actually, I think it's very connected to the reply to like the question what you can write about on LinkedIn. And people usually, again, just to remind you, that it's professional social network. So it's very important to share, for example, if you got a new position, or you were promoted, or for example, you completed an online course, or you did like professional qualification in something, or you maybe traveled somewhere for work, and to another office of your company or something like this. It's very important to share this, because it also gives the recruiters the idea of who you are, as a person, as an employee. So it's very nice. You can always share this. But if you want to share something personal, it's not maybe the best channel, because here it's only professional information. So here I just added like this picture. It's also like some useful tips what you can do. So you can like add some like images. You can also like share others' posts. You can write comments. You can post more often. And you can again like write content that is relevant to what you are doing, and maybe share your experience. Okay. And here also in LinkedIn, there are different, in your profile, there are different sections. So first it's education, of course, then it's your work experience, and then you can actually add many other things like languages that you speak. Then you can add like skills you have. Then you can add, for example, conferences you participated in, volunteering experience. So you can add actually everything there, and it's important to add this information. But skills, it's an important part as well, because you can add your skills there, and actually, like in LinkedIn, other people who know you, your connections, they can endorse you. So, for example, if you added the skill that you have like leadership skills or project management skills or something like this, you can see sometimes it's written like endorsed by like 5 people. It means that 5 people actually say, yeah, this person really we prove that this person has the skill. So it's very important to add skills as well. Yeah, and here even like another part, you can even request recommendations from other people, and it's also very important to do this because I know maybe you already again, yeah, if you applied for university or if you're planning to apply, you know this, that you need like a recommendation letter to send it to a program. Here it's almost like the same, but it's like a short version. People who know you, they, if they write a small comment and just tell others how great you are as a specialist, as a professional, or maybe they just highlight their experience working with you. It's always very important because like this kind of personal testimonials, how we call them, it gives more value to your profile. Yeah, because you can already I think that's how it works. Yeah, like the people who are hiring you, like recruiters, they trust these profiles more if they see that there are that this person has many recommendations or was recommended by others. Yeah, this again, yeah, just to add that, share relevant content from your LinkedIn feed. Yeah, it also like just shows that you are active on this network. And here you can see again, like just I added this one because I think it's a very good example what you can write about and how you can actually draw people's attention. And because here you can see that the person described the situation, uh, shared some facts, shared her opinion, yeah, and then she asks a question, yeah, like agree, for example, or something like this, and then people they actually join the discussion and they start responding, and that's how your post, it gets more and more noticed by others. Yeah, okay, so here, yeah, you can just share in the chat your LinkedIn profile because or maybe ask questions if you want, and we can look at it together. Don't be shy. Or maybe if no one has okay, a LinkedIn. Okay, let's check. Let me stop sharing for a second because I have to open the link. Okay, yeah, let me share my screen again now. Okay, Timorto, yeah, I hope you can hear me. Yeah, I can see right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Clear.
great. Yeah, so here, what is good? Yeah, I really like this part because you already, yeah, you wrote about your acquisition, what you're doing. Yeah, then you added some skills. That is also great. Yeah, you added your location. Maybe here you can just, first of all, again, what we talked about. I think it's better. It will be better if you add, yeah, your actually real picture, your photo, because now it's a bit, yeah. I think for many people, yeah, it will be confusing because they can't see you. So it's better to add your picture here, and maybe you can make this part like about a bit bigger, yeah, just to write, for example, where do you work right now? Maybe you just work on like freelance projects, or like you're about your education, things like this, yeah. So here, like about part, you can make it a bit like bigger. And also like when you add experience, yeah, again, it's very important to add dates. So when you started working there, for how many months. You can also add, for example, what you are doing there, just like bullet points. For example, I started like in this position, I'm doing this and this. And for example, if also like someone if you manage to improve some processes, you can also add this information. So this part, actually, it's great if you can make it like big, because you have to add everything you do in your current place. So this one experience, it's very important to add more here, because now again, yeah, I think I always give this advice to my students whom I'm helping to apply to universities when they're doing CV. And sometimes, for example, they just put something like volunteering, and they just write a name of the organization where they volunteered, and then it's very often it's something like abbreviation, so it's not possible for me to understand like anything. And I just tell them, just imagine that this person doesn't know you at all, never met you. And for example, especially if you want to apply somewhere like abroad, the person, like maybe 100% of chance, yeah, never heard about this organization or this place where you're working or the place where you were volunteering. So you have to actually explain to other people what you were doing there and what is this place. Yeah, because it's very important. Because if you are not doing this, it's not possible, yeah, for me to. And recruiter or like the person who is responsible for like admissions at university, they will never Google this place, yeah, or will never check because it's not enough time, yeah, for this. And they review hundreds of profiles every day, so no one will check this for you. So it's very important to actually add more information about it. And here it's nice that you, like in your case, yeah, you have some activity here that you like reshared posts and yeah, edit something. So it's nice. And you added skills as well, and you have recommendations. So it's also very nice. Yeah. So I think it's, yeah, in your case, I would just really recommend you to like change the picture and maybe make this about part and experience a bit bigger, to write more about what you are doing currently. Yeah. And also like just also an advice, because for people who are looking for a job, you can also write about this here and this about section. Yeah. And we also edit, yeah, of course you can send your profile. And Gleb shared his profile with us. Let me share my screen again.
Yes.
Yeah. So here, yeah. Okay, it's good, yeah, that you also added this part in your vacation. So here you can see like, yeah, what we were talking about, activity, yeah, that it says like hasn't posted lately. So maybe, yeah, you can just to boost your activity, maybe like someone else's post, or maybe you can write something, yeah, to share. Even sometimes it can be um, just your experience. Maybe if you're studying abroad, yeah, you can maybe share your experience right now about like you're taking a subject or a class, yeah, at university, and it was very like interesting, and um, you just want to share something about it. You can just write about this as well. So it doesn't have to be something very I don't know. It's just very important to sometimes write more often about what you are doing. Yeah. So maybe you can just write about this. And here, it's also like, okay, you added skills. That's nice. And you can also ask people who are your connections maybe to endorse the skills. Then it will be written like by how many people it's endorsed, and for recommendations as well. So you can also add this part to your LinkedIn profile. Education, it's actually good that you added this part, but it's also, I think you're now in Aachen, I think not in Prague anymore, so you also have to update this part.
No,
If
actually, I'm in Prague right now. But
okay,
when I was
you did.
in Aachen,
Mm.
it was as a Erasmus Plus
Okay,
program.
good. Yeah, okay, then it's good. Yeah, so then you can maybe also here choose like exchange program to add here. That was like exchange, and here you can also add more like activities, subjects, your GPA, yeah, so your grades, you can add it here as well. Okay, and here, yeah, I see that you already like here you added some information, and I really recommend you to, I think here you added most of it, yeah. So I recommend you to add something similar everywhere, like here as well, yeah, and here. So in every part, to give more context, yeah, on what you were doing in this position. So maybe to make it a bit also like bigger, just to add more information in this experience section. You can also add maybe languages part. Yeah, do you speak like I assume Russian, English, maybe other languages you speak, and then you can also add maybe volunteering if you had this experience. Yeah, so you can just add more information, but I think it's good how it looks right now. Yeah, because you actually have a lot here, and education part is good, and yeah, and you added like many skills. So yeah, it's very good.
And I wanted also to ask about one thing, because I wanted to move into business analysis
Mhm.
sphere to continue my work experience actually, and I wanted to ask you if I need to I don't know, just to remake all my profile for this current position, or and delete, for example, unneeded, for example, internships or apprenticeships or something like that, or just
Mhm.
I can put any of these experiences to my LinkedIn account, or it will be better for me to just put positions that's connected with that current position. I just
Yeah.
wanted to ask about that.
I think in your case, because why I'm saying like you have to only add relevant information, because sometimes people, for example, they want to change to completely different field, yeah, and then they add something like past experiences that are not relevant at all. But I think in your case, you want to switch to, yeah, something more in the field of like business, yeah, is what you said. And I think your experience in
Business
like
analysis.
business analysis, okay, and I think your experience in marketing and sales, I think it's all relevant, yeah. And actually like internships and everything, what you did from what I saw, I think it's, you can keep it for sure. So it's not like something, it's relevant in this context. So yeah, I think you should keep it. Yeah, maybe like if you want to yeah, to add more and to switch to this like new field, maybe you can take like online course, yeah, in like business analysis or something like this, and then you can add, you can actually like make a like write a post, yeah, and say that okay, like I'm actually like now I'm more and more interested in this sphere, um, and I completed like this course, and share a certificate. It can be like your new post, for example, and you can also add information on this to your profile.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, and yeah, Ajit, yeah, you can also, yeah, okay, I see your user link, but we also had a question from Anastasia, yeah. What to write in my profile if I just got my degree and don't have any relevant experience? Okay, you're a psychologist. Yeah, I think in this case, it also like depends. Maybe um, it really like depends where you are planning to work. If you maybe want to work remotely, I think it's actually maybe possible to get uh, some experience, and maybe just to write like you can start working maybe or get an internship at this level. And I think you can definitely add, maybe in your case, you can write more about like your education, about the subjects you took. If you did like research, if you're focused more on research, it's actually in LinkedIn, there is like one section, it's called articles or like publications. Yeah, so what you published if you did this. So it's also, it can be like important. So experience, it's of course it's important part for like, when we are talking about the job, but your education, and you have maybe any academic achievements, it's very important as well. And it of course it depends because we are all like on different stages in our life. You can't really compare. Yeah, if we just did, like someone just graduated from like bachelor degree and someone has already like 20 years of work experience, of course like these two profiles will be completely different. So it's completely okay if you now, like at this point, you don't have a lot, yeah, of work experience, and you can't really write many things in this section. But maybe also I just recommend you to try like to find maybe a first internship, something connected to like the field, to the sphere what you are doing, yeah, and then you can actually add this to your work experience, and I think in the future it can be very, very helpful. And then yeah, okay, one more question and then we will check the Edget's LinkedIn profile. So yes, if you are, yeah, I received like direct message, if you are volunteering for something else, volunteering can be completely irrelevant to your profession, yeah, because it's more like something you do in your free time, yeah, when you're not working. So of course, volunteering, you can always add anything there, what you are doing, even if it's not really like connected to the professional field. Okay, and now I will check the Edget's profile. Second. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, here. First of all, I really like this part. Yeah, maybe the picture can maybe add something like a picture where you're smiling would be nice, but this one is good as well, looks professional. But I really like this background because it, okay, you know what I mentioned. I don't know anything about you. I just opened your profile 1 second ago, and I already can, you know, say about the sphere you're interested in, and then you add here, yeah, it's this part is very good. You added what you're doing right now, where you're doing it, and kind of things you're interested in. So it's very nice. I think this is good, and that you like have this part as well, location. Here, this one is very good, yeah, that you actually even updated, uploaded like your CV and the projects you did. And here you can see again, yeah, what we didn't see in other profiles. You have this activity section, and you actually like post some things here, and they are all, you can see that it's very good when, for example, when you have like a profile and you're posting it, it's very like consistent, yeah. So because here it's again something relevant. Okay, this one is great. So you see it's like about this about section, and you're writing about how many years of experience you have, your major, your previous experience. So it's great actually. And here it's also kind of like when you mention all of this, it's your skills, yeah. So it's great that you wrote everything here. It's a very good section like this about you. And here also great, yeah, maybe you can add more skills, but you actually here also wrote a lot about it.
No, about the SolidWorks, it was added automatically by the LinkedIn because it was confirmed.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I didn't add it.
Okay. Good. Good. Then it's great. Okay. Then about maybe student mentor. I think in your case, I would maybe add this to more to volunteering. Yeah, and this one is good. Yeah, I think this section is good as well. And education, yeah, maybe just add your grades here. And okay, because excellent, yeah, it's always better to write, for example, like 5 out of 5 or 4.3 out of 5, yeah, because it's like a bit more clear. And licenses and certifications you have, yeah, okay, different certificates, it's good. Okay, and you have recommendations, publications. I think it's actually your profile, it's very good. I think maybe the only honors and the boards you added, and I think I will only maybe just recommend you to add maybe in the activity, you can maybe start like posting more, yeah, and writing something about your experience or from about your work, what you're
No,
doing.
actually, if you, sorry.
Yeah.
If you open the show all activity, you may see some other articles also published. If you press on the articles, you can see there are some other articles that I published.
Yeah, but it's because it's also, it's like a link. So maybe you can just put here like in a post, because like posts, it's actually more people reply to this. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Because then here you have to like follow the link and then open like another page. So maybe just try to share in posts.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but I think your profile looks very good and very professional, and there's many like lots of information, and you describe your experience very well. So yeah, that's great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think haven't seen it. Like I don't see any other questions or any other links. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for attending, and I really hope that soon we will host more events dedicated to career. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can always ask us, and maybe even if you have like some questions to me, I will send my email now in the chat. You can write me directly. Yeah, okay, thank you so much for joining.
Sorry, can I ask one question, specific question?
Yeah.
So for instance, is it true that I can add only 500 people in LinkedIn?
It's no, you can add more. It's in connections, it just says like it will be written like 500 plus connections. So it actually means you have more. And followers, I think it's unlimited. Yeah, the number.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining. I hope to see you soon in other events. Yeah, thank you, Mida. Very nice from your side. Okay. See you everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for your valuable feedback.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.